This thing flies amazing compared. Oh, snap.
Hey guys, this is a setup of the 120 HV ICE 2 for the T-Rex 700E. The settings that I'm going to show you can also be adapted for other helicopters depending on what size you have and things like that. So first thing you got to do, well, what I've done is remove the blades for safety reasons. On some helicopters you can actually back the motor off a bit, but the 700E doesn't allow me to do that. You'd also need one of these. It's a Castle USB link thingy. Don't know if I can focus on that. Nope. And yeah, let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is go into the travel of the throttle and put it on 0%. Sorry if the camera's shaking a bit, I'm holding it with my hand because I don't have a tripod at the moment. Next thing you want to do is go to Throttle Curve and set it linear. I have not done that yet, but I will do. Okay, now we've got a linear throttle curve and our travels are set to 0, remember that? It's time to plug it into the computer. Okay, so this USB wire has to be plugged into the speed controller via the throttle wire, and then go ahead and plug in the speed controller. Okay, that was a massive bang. Next thing you gotta check is that the device connection status is green, which means there is a connection to the PC. Okay, now let's look at the settings on the computer. Okay, so we are now in the Castle Creations software and go to the throttle menu. We need to select the vehicle type, which is obviously a helicopter. For now, just put fixed endpoints and leave the initial spool out rate and head speed change to default. The reason why we're doing fixed endpoints at the moment is I'll show you how to set up the governor mode in part 2. Onto the brake menu is all disabled, and the cutoff voltage is default. The current limiting is insensitive, 180 amps, need to change it to. And then cutoff type, we need soft cutoff. Leave the auto LiPo volts to default. The motor start power is default, and so is the motor timing. Then the direction is forward unless your motor goes backwards. The PWM rate is 8. I need to change it from 12 to 8. The power on beep is disabled. The login is all your personal choices, whatever you want to log. And now we need to update the settings to the ESC. Once that is done, we need to read the settings and then flick through all the menus to check that all the menus are correct and the ESC is the right thing. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is unplug the throttle cable from the USB and plug it back into your receiver port for the throttle, and turn on your receiver pack and just I have a switch. Wait for everything to initialize. Well, that's only if you have fly-by-less actually, because BeastX takes forever to initialize. Okay, so once you've done this, you need to just double check. I've got 0% travel and the throttle curve is linear, and then need to put throttle to high service go up and down. Put the throttle to high, and then plug in the battery. Okay, so I've plugged in the battery. Now what you want to do is go on the travel adjustment and go on this and just wind it up until it beeps. This teaches the speed controller the endpoints, and then you know what the throttle settings are. So just waiting for a beep. Okay, so that's about 101 or 102, I don't, wherever it hit. Okay, now just go up like a few more clicks. So I'm going to go to 106, and now you need to do the same for the low end point. Unplug it and plug it back in. Okay, so now I've unplugged it. You need to put the throttle down to low, and the travel still on 0% for the low setting, and then plug it back in. Okay, it's plugged back in, and now all we need to do is move this until this beeps again. Going a bit faster now because that initialised at about 90, so it's not focusing for some reason, the camera. I'm going to move up to 95. This will be different on your transmitter depending which one it is, but it's always good to teach the speed controller the endpoints. This was part 1 of the video of just how to set up the speed controller for basic flying. This pretty much means it's not in governor mode, it's just whatever setting you have in here, 100% whatever is 100% on here. The next video, part 2, is I'm going to show you how to set up governor mode. So thank you for watching this video, please subscribe and visit my blog, and goodbye.